Somebody's clearly sending a message.
Whether they were designed to go off or just to scare the intended targets. Explosives expert Anthony May says the bombs discovered today were dangerous.
No matter how crude it looks, if it were to initiate, it has the potential of injuring, if not killing, someone.
Pipe bomb components, according to May, are easy to find.
You can buy the propellants such as smokeless powder, black powder, from gun stores. Unabomber used simple match heads.
May says investigators are likely studying what makes these bombs similar.
When they twist wires together, they're going to twist them a certain way. When they use certain components, they're going to use it all the time. So it's that signature that's going to tie all the devices together, and then from that, it's going to develop leads.
Investigators may be able to collect DNA evidence.
On these devices, it appears to be an excessive amount of black electrical tape. Each one of those strips of tape will be tested for fingerprints.
It's possible investigators are already zeroing in on a potential suspect, May says, considering some bombs were hand-delivered.
It's conceivable that these are all coming out of New York. Someone out of New York. So that kind of gives them an indicator, too, of where to start looking.
Carissa Planout for Arizona's Family.
Carissa, thank you. We are also tracking more breaking news out of Kentucky. At least 2 people are dead after a shooting at a grocery store.
All of this happened early this morning. That shooter is now in custody. Witnesses tonight saying that they saw people lying down in the middle of this parking lot, and then they saw dozens of people running out of that store. One witness saying that they saw 2 people shooting at each other, hearing at least 10 gunshots fired before all of it was over with. Still, no word tonight on who the shooter is.
All new at 5, the Arizona State Troopers Association confirms it pulled its endorsement of U.S. Senate candidate Kyrsten Sinema.
Oh, and it turns out tonight the troopers weren't too happy that the association made that endorsement without allowing them to actually vote on it. Maria Hechanova joining us live tonight to explain, Maria.
Well, the association has endorsed Kyrsten Sinema in the last 3 elections without any issues, but members I talked to today called this year's political climate different from previous years and her race against Martha McSally contentious. It's a TV ad showing law enforcement support for Democratic U.S. Senate candidate Kyrsten Sinema.
No wonder the Arizona State Troopers Association endorses Kyrsten Sinema for U.S. Senate.
Today, the Sinema campaign confirmed the commercial is no longer on air because it ran its full course. This week, the Arizona State Troopers Association made it clear they're not endorsing Sinema and not endorsing Republican candidate Martha McSally. They're calling themselves neutral. And reps with Sinema's campaign told us they respect their decision.
I'm a retired police officer, and having watched her both in Congress and in the State House here in Arizona, she has consistently supported law enforcement officers.
Some Troopers Association members, like Michael Stouffer, are disappointed the executive board decided to endorse Sinema without getting input from members first.
There's a range of emotions from outright anger. There are members resigning after decades of membership over this. This particular decision did not reflect the sentiments and feelings of the general membership.
Political analyst Marcus Dellartino doesn't think the flip-flop will change voters' minds.
It won't have an impact on the election, and here's why, is because less than 7% of the voters are undecided. You're talking to a very small margin of voters, and for those voters, this ad is insignificant. They want to be a deeper dive on the candidates and the issues.
But Michael worries it could, considering it's expected to be a tight race.
People have been made aware that this organization endorsed this candidate, and withdrawing that endorsement after the fact, it may be a little too late.